People who cook beans, almost just like a secret has been revealed to them. I mean, this is rock that you're going to turn into something creamy and delicious. It's like, I don't think that's way out of my skill set, because I'm used to putting something in a microwave, is what I think a lot of people think. My job is to show you, no, it takes a while, but it couldn't be easier. I'm Steve Sando from Rancho Gordo.
Steve Sando's beans.
And they are the best beans out there.
Just the most gorgeous heirloom beans.
Oh my goodness, it was just the tastiest bean. I don't know if I can think of one that I like better than this.
When you first discover it, it's like finding religion, and you're obnoxious probably, and people roll their eyes, but it doesn't seem to go away.
We're in quarantine, we're at home, we're cooking a lot of food.
I got a lot of beans.
If we're gonna be at home cooking interesting things, might as well have interesting things to cook.
Beans were having their moment. I mean, it was happening anyway. And then COVID hit, and our sales just quadrupled, basically. What used to take us 2 days to process an order was taking us 5 weeks at one point. This isn't a flash in the pan. This isn't this year's avocado toast. I mean, beans really now are a part of the way we eat. And we have 30 varieties right now. One of my first beans was Rio Zape.
Rio Zapate.
The Rio, oh dear.
I grew it just because it looked cute, to be honest with you, because I'm somewhat superficial. Yellow Eye is a classic New England bean that just begs for ham.
Cranberry beans.
Ayacote Murillo.
Flageolet.
King City Pinks, which are mentioned in Steinbeck novels.
He's leaving on that troop train tonight. Says he's going to enlist tomorrow at King City.
Midnight Black Beans.
Mayocoba.
Domingo Rojo.
Ayacote Negro, which is a runner bean that's almost starchy until you keep pushing it, and then it goes to creamy. You can tell I like these things.
Now the queen bean. Royal Corona beans.
A big, fat, super creamy white runner bean that's even bigger when cooked. Oh my gosh, exciting.
It's so big, it's almost humorous.
I have a 8-year-old son, and he is obsessed with the Royal Coronas. Even though I work here, I still have to tell him, sorry, we're sold out, so.
4 different black beans, 5 or 6 different white beans. It's like, why? It seems redundant, but no, each one is great.
What is it about this pantry item that you think people are so obsessed with?
Well, part of the appeal has to be the way they look. I mean, they look like little jewels. Some beans have super thin skins, and then they release this beautiful bean broth. Other beans have actually really thick skins. The bean broth isn't so interesting, but then sometimes the inside of the bean is really creamy. I mean, each one has really distinct variances.
When you're growing up, it's just you're like, oh, I don't want beans. I think the appreciation has changed. It's kind of part of a culture that is being welcomed not only by the culinary world, but also bringing people together and going back to roots.
Si Dios quiere, este frijol en todos más de gusto está joteando. Pero más llovió y todo y se fue, pero acá no era.
For us, beans are a very humble ingredient.
Y ya están, ¿eh?
When you arrive to a person's house and they only have beans for a meal, they apologize. Son entrañables porque nos recuerdan nuestra infancia, nuestros padres o nuestros abuelos o momentos muy particulares de nuestra vida. Historically, there existed more than 350 varieties of heirloom beans. These 35 varieties that we work with, we treasure because we know that 50% of these 350 varieties are not available anymore. Or we have the image in flavor of canned beans that taste like nothing. And once you start to having heirlooms, I think you are going to discover deep flavors. What makes really special heirlooms is The seeds were adapted to altitude, to an amount of rain per year, as well as the quality of the soils.
Se viene y a veces tarda. Pero ahorita con esto el frijol no lleva mucha agua.
When we try to control everything in modern agriculture, the results are very boring in taste. The ingredients are not moving anymore. They just get bored and they just get very fade.
¿Me puedes servir otro poquito?
Entonces estas semillas lo que tienen, por lo que saben tan rico quizá también, es por la memoria en la que nos vinculan.
¿Quieres nopalitos ahí, mija?
Sí, le vamos a poner unos nopalitos a la mano porque son riquísimos y están asados. Es que esto me sabe a mi mamá. ¿Cómo voy a dejar de cultivar esto si esto me sabe a mi abuela? Y eso nos da mucho gusto que lo vayan conociendo en Estados Unidos. Puedan tener la oportunidad de probar cultura, o sea, la agricultura que resulta de la cultura mexicana. Eso es lo más importante.
I have a box of treasure.
I was sitting around one day and we were in Napa and I thought, isn't it funny? Everyone's got a wine club here. And to me, it's like, whatever, wine club. But you know, people really love them. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny to do a bean club? It just started out kind of as a joke, and now it slowly grew.
For the Bean Club, we have over 11,000 members, and unfortunately, we are beyond capacity. So, nicely letting them know that they can't join at the moment.
And it cracks me up when people say, "Oh, they're just doing that to be exclusive." It's like we're a small company relatively, and we just can't handle it. And also, you want to keep the Bean Club for my bean freaks, the people who really are passionate, and they have to be so delighted when they open the box.
It's a cold, rainy day, and I just got this box of beans. You want to open it with me? Let's see. Woo, so exciting!
Joanne was on the waiting list for over a year before she got into the Bean Club.
There are 26,000 plus people on the wait list as of today.
Wow. How long do you think those people are going to be waiting?
Oh, I don't know. And I'm not going to put a date on it. I don't want to be responsible. You can ask Steve that question.
The Bean Club Facebook page has taken a life of its own.
I think they just feel really part of, like, not necessarily a cult, but like a company that actually means something.
A lot of people, when they get into the Bean Club, they like to brag about it on social media. One woman even said that she was going to update her Tinder page now that she was in the Bean Club. We've also had people, like older people, tell us they're thinking about putting it in their will in case it needs to be passed down to their heirs.
You call that bean broth?
We just had one woman share that her boyfriend proposed to her. After the proposal, they shared a bowl of black-eyed peas together. She said yes. At one point, someone decided to take a tissue paper and turn it into like a little collar for their dog. And then the Facebook page was just flooded with pictures. Really, it's actually just really a happy place for bean people. That's what we call the Bean Club, and it really is. Why is there this loyalty to the brand?
Truly, I think it's Steve. I think he brings a magic touch to them.
They feel somehow attached to Steve in a lot of ways. They've seen his growth come from the farmers markets to the ferry building and now having this space. Rancho Gordo, Rachel speaking, how can I help you?
Steve gets a lot of mail. People think they know him on some level, even though they've never met him.
You know, we had a customer who came here and she had almost like a scrapbook And, you know, she was hoping that she'd get a sighting of Steve. And she said, does he walk through this door every day? And it really made me laugh. And I went, are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah, I know it's a funny thing. I would rather I was maybe a little more distant, but the reality is people want to be my friend and I want to be their friend. Right now, we just have a weird relationship with food and cooking. Everything was all about takeout and, you know, different restaurant culture. And I think because of the pandemic, it's more democracy about who's cooking. We're all cooking. And I think finding out, oh, I can make toast. Like, oh, maybe I can make beans.
People have been able, now that they're home, they're able to slow down and enjoy the process.
Let the geese begin.
Everything feels completely out of control. You can't control politics, you can't control what the other guy's thinking, you can't control this pandemic. But you know what? My kitchen is my kingdom. There's a book title for you. The fact that it's a little hard for most people to make and then they still do it gives them really a feeling of accomplishment. And I think people who are home cooks are really the glue that's holding this all together on some level, because you're providing something that everyone who's freaking out can't do. So I think it's pretty wonderful.